Today we're talking about former Trump aide Steve Bannon being sentenced for telling Congress to piss off during the January 6th investigation. The woman that was handcuffed in the back of a police cruiser as it was smashed in by a train is being awarded over $8 million in compensation. And California confirms its first fatal black bear attack in history. All in this end of the week episode of... Now, like always, I'm recording in the middle of the night, and this week has been, well, sleepy, I guess is the best way to put it.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Anyways, enough of my struggles, because I know that's not what we're here for. You bastards. If you're new here, go ahead and smash that subscribe button so you never miss a news update. And Alice, the thing. Just do the thing, please.
A federal judge has ordered Steve Bannon to surrender by July 1st to serve a 4-month prison sentence for defying the House committee, investigating the January 6th Capitol attack, and attempts to overturn the 2020 election.
In a courtroom showdown, Steve Bannon got the mother of all reality checks from a federal judge yesterday, or Thursday, just depending on when you're seeing this. The former Trump aide has been ordered to trade in his tailored suits for a delightful shade of orange by July 1st to serve a 4-month prison stint. You see, Bannon's been playing guilty of legal hide-and-seek ever since he was found guilty last July of contempt of Congress for defying the House committee subpoena during the January 6th insurrection probe. But that party would appear to be over. The judge wasn't having any more Bannon stall tactics and revoked his get-out-of-jail-free card. In a unanimous decision last month, a 3-judge panel told Bannon that his "I was just following orders" defense doesn't really fly when it comes to ignoring Congress. While his legal team does plan to keep fighting back, trying to get an appeals court or even the Supreme Court to intervene, the odds aren't exactly in their favor here.
I volunteer as tribute. Happy Hunger Games, and may the odds be ever in your favor.
Also, Bannon's lawyer decided to put on a somewhat dramatic performance, yelling at the judge about how the ruling was an affront to justice. Pro tip, maybe let's not test the judge who just handed you an L's patience? Food for thought. Anyways, Bannon's got even more legal woes on the horizon, with an indictment in Manhattan over that whole build-a-wall fundraising fiasco. Man, who needs Netflix? Honestly, real life is just so good.
Yareni Rios, a woman severely injured in a 2022 accident involving a police car and a freight train in Colorado, will receive an $8.5 million settlement.
As a refresher, this case goes back to September 2022 when Yareni Rios, then 20, was arrested after a road rage incident allegedly involving a firearm threat. Also, trigger warning, because this footage was a little rough, so feel free to skip this segment. Alright, so former Plotville Sergeant Pablo Vasquez cuffed Rios and stashed her in his patrol car, which he had parked directly on train tracks. Shortly after, then Officer Jordan Stanky arrived as backup and claimed she didn't realize the car's precarious parking job. Unfortunately for her, body cams clearly showed the tracks and crossing signs. She ended up being convicted of reckless endangerment and assault and losing her badge and getting 2.5 years of probation. As well, Vasquez copped to reckless endangerment and got 1 year of unsupervised probation himself. Now, Rios, the woman who was seriously injured when the freight train plowed into the cruiser, is set to receive a whopping $8.5 million settlement. Rightfully so. The cities of Fort Lupton and Platteville, being the 2 municipalities in Colorado employing the 3 officers involved, will be splitting the bill down the middle, according to Rios' lawyer. So while the cops dropped the ball on this one, I guess, Rios just hit the legal lottery jackpot. Hopefully it'll be enough.
Authorities confirmed that a woman found dead last year in Downeyville, California, was the victim of the state's first documented fatal black bear attack on a human.
Yes, Californians, authorities have confirmed that a 71-year-old woman from the tiny mountain town of Downeyville became the first person in California history to be killed by a black bear attack. The grim discovery was made back in November when Sierra County Sheriff's deputies conducted a welfare check on Patricia Miller after she had gone unseen for several days. Upon arriving at Miller's home, deputies found a broken door, bear droppings on the porch, and her remains inside, with evidence suggesting that the bear had been feeding on her body for quite some time. Initially, officials suspected Miller may have died first, before the bear arrived to scavenge. However, the autopsy results painted a different, more harrowing picture. Sadly, Miller had been killed in a vicious bear mauling, sustaining fatal injuries from the animal's bites and swipes to her neck area. The California Department of Fish and Wildlife confirmed that this was an unprecedented case, the first documented fatal black bear attack on a human in state history. Investigators soon learned that Miller had an ongoing issue with aggressive bears attempting to break into her home. She had even physically struck one of the bears in a past encounter. In other words, this little old lady was a badass, and she clearly rightfully should be remembered as such. After her death, another problem bear was caught near a local school and euthanized. DNA tests determined that it was in fact the same offending animal responsible for killing Miller. While bear encounters are more frequent in California's mountain communities, the animals have increasingly become a nuisance as of late in urban areas too. From Lake Tahoe to the foothill suburbs of Los Angeles, residents have been reporting bears raiding trash cans and homes in search of food sources. Authorities continue investigating what circumstances may have led to this unprecedented fatal attack in an effort to help prevent similar fatal tragedies. And on that piece of, oh, you know what? I was gonna put in a clip of that Winnie the Pooh horror movie, but for real, that's fucked up, so we're not gonna do that this time. I'll just catch you later. Oh, and hit that subscribe button, you son of a bitch.